Welcome to the Wasteland Motorsports Die-Cast Racing League, where the engines roar and the chaos screams, where only the strong will claw their way through the madness. So strap in tight, Wastelanders, because the dying time is now.
Hello, Wastelanders, and welcome back to Piston Junction. I'm joined today by three drivers who are willing to take their chances on the Piston Junction switchback. So let's take a few moments and get to know our drivers. First up is Leo driving the Law. Although Texas is now a wasteland, not much has changed, and Leo operates as a Texas Ranger. Although Dallas and Fort Worth are gone, the Law remains. Coming out of the southwest somewhere is the nomadic bounty hunter known as Sawyer driving High Noon. With twin chain guns mounted on the hood of her vehicle, the safest place to be is behind her. But I don't think that's gonna happen on the switchback. From Minami on the island of Shikoku, Shin Yodama was an officer in the Japanese Defense Force. When plague bombs turned Honshu into a zombie hellscape and killed 100 million in the space of a week, he held the line at the Battle of Onorotu Bridge. Our final driver today is a literal mystery. No one has seen the driver of this vehicle since it came into Piston Junction. There is consideration that it is an artificial intelligence.
Gaslands NorCal, Piston Junction's most trusted source for new, used, and abused vehicular manslaughter machines, presents this week's special custom. Our garages have just finished this vintage 1967 Corvette. She's more than a classic beauty, she's a femme fatale. When high speed and agility are what you need, she's murder in the streets and high performance in the sheets. So come on down to Gaslands NorCal, right in the heart of Piston Junction, where you can make every road a battleground.
Alright, and on to the racing. On the pole position we have the mystery and Gojira. But as we've seen, the switchback is not kind to the taller vehicles. Everything looks good out of the gate, but when the Law gets up underneath the mystery, it all goes wrong. Somewhere between their high center of gravity and open wheel profile, the larger vehicles just cannot handle the switchback. And once everybody is out of his way, Leo roars right on to the finish, followed by Shin and then Sawyer. Now coming down the final stretch here, you can see how the open wheels catch on the side of the track, and that can turn a speed run into a slow crawl or even worse. And here's the refinery cam footage of that dust up on the first stretch. I think they need to reprogram their AI. In race 2, it's Leo on the pole position, followed by Sawyer, with the mystery in lane 2, followed by Gojira. Let's see how the lane changes affect performance. The powerhouses of Leo and Sawyer leap to an early lead, and from here we don't even see the other cars. This race is entirely about the lawman and the bounty hunter. Who's gonna bring it home? Leo has been consistent with his 13-5 times, but where's Shin and Gojira? Let's take a look. Coming around the Temple of Speed, he got squirrely and he got up on the side. Now at the end of race 2, let's check in with the Rust Belt Custom scoreboard. Clearly, Leo is putting in a dominating performance with 2 first-place victories, but he can't rest on his laurels because Sawyer is nipping right at his heels.
Now up at the bloodshed, old James Ironbeard was just enjoying a frosty tall one and trying to forget the aches and pains of the switchback. He was kicked back, sizing up a pretty little looker when he noticed he was getting sized up himself, but not so friendly-like.
Have you spotted the resistance agent?
Yeah, boss. I got my eyes on that Ironbeard fuckstick.
Would you look at that? Some Martian nut lickers. These wannabe law cops can't stop the beard.
Pull over!
Well, that's not freaking happening.
God damn it, he's running!
Motherfucking traitors, you want some? Come get some.
Well, what's that? Get the cameras on. Yeah, boss. Cameras are gonna be live in 3, 2, 1. Live breaking news from Piston Junction. It appears that Major Taylor Green of the Enforcers is violating WMD rules by attacking a prospect, and that prospect is none other than James Ironbeard, who publicly came out in support of the Earth Resistance. And while Major Green's team, the Enforcers, are not officially part of MARSEC, there's no secret that they operate as a MARSEC asset. We are getting the camera feed from the switchback now and taking you there. In that Martian interceptor, Major Green has power to spare. The 2 powerhouses clash on the track. From hell's heart, she stabs at thee. But James Ironbeard is her white whale today as he leaves ships are broken and bleeding on the wasteland sea. And with Green in his wake, Ironbeard puts the hammer down and makes it to Piston Junction, where a crowd of prospects and patches greet him. But let's track back and see what happened to Major Green. The Earth Resistance got involved, triggering a rock fall that damaged Major Green's interceptor, and they signed their work. Well, let's get back to Piston Junction, where the festive mood seems to have faded. With the arrival of the Enforcer, things look tense, so let's listen in.
We are taking you in. Hands in the air, fuckstick.
Under what fucking authority?
Do you Martian mud flappers actually think you scare me? I'm a married man. She can drop all of y'all by herself. But it looks like everyone showed up to this party. Are you sure you want to dance?
The Enforcers are the law.
Look here, Tally girl. You know as well as I know that when it comes to the law in Piston Junction, it's me. Seeing as how my name is on the place. It's apparent to me that you've obviously lost your tidy little minds. So I'm gonna help you out. Take your friends and you, get back your little Martian shit heaps, and leave while you still can. That's the only offer on the table.
I'll get you next time, Ironbeard. You mark my words. I'll be on your ass like a screen door on a submarine.
Duck.
What does screen door on a submarine even mean? Well, now that excitement's over, let's get back to the races. As you can see, Leo is in the lead, followed by Sawyer and then Shin Yodama. On the pole position, we have Sawyer, and in lane 2, Leo. Behind them is Shin Yodama and the mystery driver. Right out of the gate, they have a nice tight grouping coming across Railroad Bridge. Glory be, everyone made it past the refinery, and Sawyer has a commanding lead coming around the Temple of Speed. But that open wheel design betrays her, gets her all spun around. It cost her time, but not enough for Leo to make the overtake. Now where are our wayward children? It looks like Sawyer set off some kind of reaction in the roadbed that Leo is able to leap over, but it doesn't look like Shin has the stones to do that, so he ditches it. And it looks like the mystery driver just decided to stop over at Rust Belt Customs for a tune-up. God knows that vehicle could use it. Going to the Rust Belt Customs scoreboard, we can see that Sawyer has Leo in her sights. Neither Shin nor the unknown driver can win this, so it's all down to Leo and Sawyer. Artificial intelligence isn't, and these roads are not kind to Japanese cars. Alright, it's Shin Yodama on the pole with Sawyer in lane 2. And then it's Leo right behind her and the mystery driver. This is the final stage of the race, folks, so better make it good. Sawyer and Leo immediately break away from the pack and pull ahead, with Sawyer maintaining a lead as they come around the Temple of Speed. But Leo sure does look hungry. It's the final corner and it all goes wrong! Leo chose his moment carefully and put that open wheel car into the curb. It looks like Sawyer could not escape the long arm of the law. And hey, look who showed up to the party! They didn't finish, but they showed up. On the replay, you can see where Leo puts it right in her ass, spins her around, and drives off with a hefty pile of cans. And that leaves us with the standings for this race, in which Leo gets 18 cans, Sawyer takes home 13, and Shin Yodama takes home just 3. And the audience has spoken, with James Ironbeard being the audience pick from last week. Be sure to join us on Facebook so you can weigh in on which driver gets an extra can this week. Be sure to check out our sponsor, Rust Belt Customs, the very finest in waterslide decals for diecast racing and the maker of most of my graphic.